Just ask. You'll never know for certain what doors may be unlocked if you never try the handle. It was just a little knock on my dorm door. I was watching some show I now hardly remember. I got up from my chair in my dressing gown and slippers, wrapped up warm for this cold December. I opened it, not knowing who to expect to see. Maybe the lads going out, one of my flatmates, or some other company. You can understand my surprise when I was greeted with the wall. Not a person inside, as far as I recall. I was perplexed. Had I imagined a knock? It was quiet, but distinct. I was certain, for sure. I took a step into the hallway to see if anyone was walking by. What luck that my foot passed the right part of the floor. I felt a small collision with my movement. I looked down to see what I'd hit. Turns out I kicked a small paper object. That was bloody close. I could have stood on it. I reached down and gathered the bit of paper. It had been folded into an origami crane. Written on its wing were 2 words. Open me, followed by an X. Now, this was something. Oh, I knew immediately that this was going to be something good. Well, maybe not good. How could I possibly know? I took it back to my room and set it on my desk. I'll be honest and say I finished the episode of whatever I was watching first. At the time, I remember justifying it, saying to myself I wanted a clear mind that was undistracted by whatever thing I was watching. Delaying for nerves, I recognise now. Honestly, for me being so adamant that whatever I was watching at the time would be a distraction from the origami, I would have thought that I would still recollect what that show actually was. Anyway, I digress. So, when I was finally ready, I picked up the crane. Now, I have no knowledge at all of folding origami, so in a way, I really didn't want to ruin it. It was so neatly done, and clearly done by someone who knew what they were doing. Or, as I excitedly convinced myself at the time, someone who had practiced it to make sure it was perfect beforehand. I was giddy as all hell. So I couldn't deny the excitement anymore. I very carefully unfolded the crane. The folds unravelled and revealed their secret. Well, they revealed something that took me a moment to explain. In cursive, almost calligraphy-style penmanship, were 2 more words. Just ask, followed by an X. Just ask. Just ask what? Ah, now I was really confused. Was I missing something? I checked outside my door again to see if I was missing another piece of paper, or maybe another one had shown up, but nothing. So this was what I was working with there. Just ask. The X obviously alluded it to be something on the lines of romantic, I believed, but I had no idea of its origin. Is there anything on the other side of it? Aha! There it is. You think I would have done that first, turning the bloody paper over? Now, what did we have here? A singular M. Seriously? What bloody use is that? My mind was searching for every possible answer, but it just wasn't coming back with anything. Well, until it hit me like a pane of glass. M. No, that couldn't be Maisie, could it? Surely not. She'd been my major crush since we'd started uni. We'd started on the same course and shared essentially all of our classes together. She was a thorough nerd. Exactly my type. Gorgeous and more intelligent than I could hope to fathom. A few of us on the course kind of formed this little social group, and me and her had been a part of it from the start. We'd all go out drinking together. I recollect remembering at the time that she had offered to buy me plenty of drinks during our nights out, and I always just took it as a kind gesture. She had insisted on declaring she just really wanted to. I never thought anything more of it. I always made sure to return a favour, though. If she'd ever drank a little bit too much, I'd leave in a taxi with her and make sure she got back to her dorm room all right. I wanted to make sure that she was safe in her room, and then I'd walk back to my own. Actually, yeah, I remember on one or two different occasions she'd invited me to come in with her. At the time, I assumed she just wanted to watch something and thought it'd be a difficult exercise in patience dealing with someone drunken as all hell while trying to watch a movie or whatever. I never would have, either. She was intoxicated and so wasn't in her regular frame of mind. But I just assumed it was friendly. We were all great friends after all. Was it something else? Um, I didn't know. She'd moved to sit next to me in class as well and was adamant about doing all of our group projects with us in the same team, saying I'd be the eye candy of the group. I took it as a funny joke and just went along with it. Was she being serious? Have I missed every hint under the sun going? Well, guess I had a question to go ask her. Thank goodness it was a yes.